Well, some young competitive divers are on their way to Atlanta, taking part in the national finals.
And some of them have been preparing for this chance for a decade. Channel 3's Catherine Daniel takes us to a recent practice as they twist, turn, and splash their way to greatness.
It's historic.
It can be traced back all the way to the Greek and Roman times.
Certainly an art form based on science.
It's a lot of physics.
And dive coach Barb Parker's passion for 3 decades.
When you jump like you mean it, it makes the dive a whole lot easier.
Parker and her Port City divers aged 10 to 17 are headed to this year's AAU's National Championship meet at Atlanta's 1996 Olympic venue.
I've been training really hard. I've been to dive camp to get ready for it.
Team leader Nick Martin's been diving for 10 years. Last year he placed 4th at the state finals.
Out of, I think there was at least 1,000 kids.
Carla Diaz was a high-level gymnast for 7 years before she got injured. The high school sophomore had to adjust to the rise in elevation between the sports. Turns out Diaz was a bit afraid of heights.
It's just practice. I know I have to face my fears.
Parker says divers often train as much out of the water as they do in a pool.
We do dry land work is what we call it. And we incorporate things like gymnastics and tumbling skills, trampoline. We also do a lot of yoga.
Parker says if a swimmer can do a forward roll on the ground, they can pull off a fancy dive in the air. Porter is an internationally certified judge.
Severe attention to detail. We have to have awareness of the body in the air.
It's perhaps the sport with the most immediate feedback, and it begins the moment swimmers surface.
Do one more, please, and point your feet.
Technology has provided instant replay. Porter says diving provides both team camaraderie and personal responsibility. It's just you and the board. When asked what she thought about right before and during her dives, Carla says she doesn't. That's when muscle memory and repetition kick in.
You try to think about what you have to do before you go, and after that, you have to just go and trust that you can make it.
Catherine Daniel, Channel 3 News.
The National Diving Championship goes on in Atlanta through Sunday.